Hey YouTube, it's your girl Diva Dimples coming for my, I guess I'll say my monthly updates. I'm not going to make any excuses of why I'm not on time. And ask yourself, what is on time? With life getting the best of me, working and everything like that, I just want to make sure that I've always, like I always say, I want to have something to talk about. So if it's a month away, or whenever I get around to it, I do apologize, but I don't want to make any excuses. But let me get right to the numbers, because of course that's what we all are here for. And I also have some important things I want to share with you guys this week. Well, I think my last weigh-in, which was maybe I want to say a month or more ago, I was at 155. I was right past my year. I'm a year and I want to say 2 months to be exact. And I'm currently at 154, 153 on a good day. So I'm in that area. So I want to say about 108 pounds lost total in a year and 2 months. I'm good with that. Even though it's not my goal. My goal, actually, which I've reset it a second time. My first goal was 150. Now that I'm close to 150, I really would like to be 140, 145, and then that's basically it. So I want to lose between another 10 or 15 pounds. And, that's something that you do once you may set your goal and say you want to be one thing, but once you get down to it and you see how your body feels and how you feel within yourself, you'll know personally where you want to be. But I must say, and this is information for, I guess, you sleevers that's been out for a while. I think I'm at my plateau, meaning either my body's saying, hey, to lose any more weight, you're going to have to push me. At one point the weight was just dropping off like butter, but now, as you can see, it's been a month and I've only lost a pound, which at this point I'm still happy with that. I know if I push harder and really work myself, I will get down to my goal weight. But if I don't lose another pound, I can still say that I'm happy with the results at this point. I wanted to go over a few things, so if you see me looking to the side, I wrote it down because I wanted to remember what I wanted to talk about. What I wanted to talk to you guys about this week is basically things that I've learned, things that can help you out, whether you're in the beginning or whether you're actually in your journey, because as we get older in this journey, or as we grow along, we find things change. What works for me may not work for you, but it's important to share some of the things that you go through. Now, one thing y'all know about me, and everybody know that I keep it real with, I don't sugarcoat anything. If I'm having a bad week, it is what it is, because I find that a lot of people get on here and they exaggerate about their weight loss. They exaggerate like this is like the best thing since sliced bread, when there are hiccups in this process. Well, first of all, I know you guys have been looking at my videos, so I'm going to give you a brief history. Y'all know I had a vertical sleeve on March the 15th, as you know, vertical sleeve gastrectomy. So far, in a year and 2 months, I've lost 108 pounds. Happy with that. I'm currently at like I said again, 154. I'm 5'2", 5'1", 5'2", somewhere up in that area. 5'2". I'm tall in spirit. I'm happy with that. I went from a size 18-20, and that was like a fitting 18-20, to I'm a 6'8" now. So with all that said, let me get to my list. One of the things I wanted to remind the people that's actually on their journey, that's actually going through, and you're getting closer to that year, or like me, you see the weight is not falling off as fast as it used to when we were in the beginning. And that's why they say really use that first 6 months, which I did too, to when your body is really losing, to push yourself, exercise, whatever you have to do to stick your guns to lose the majority of weight that you can, because after the honeymoon period, you're not going to lose as much weight. I mean, you can still lose weight depending on your body and how you make out and things of that nature, but use that time to really focus on getting the weight off, because like right now I'm a year and 2 months, and I won't say the weight has came to a halt, but yeah, it's not moving off as fast as it was, because it's like some weeks I don't lose anything. Like I say, in a month I've lost a pound, but I'm not gaining. But like when I weigh myself on my day, I'm still, you know, where I am. So I'm cool with that. With all that said, once you start approaching this point, one thing that you have to keep in mind, I was like, and I guess these are some of the things, and I guess it's a double thing. You know, your state of mind, and that's one of the things that I put on my paper. Your state of mind in this time, in this journey, has to be focusing on staying healthy and keeping the weight off. For some reason in my mind now, you know, my first focus when I was losing the weight was, hey, you know, I'm getting the weight off. I'm losing the weight. Now that I'm approaching to the point where, hey, the maintaining part, I'm like, oh my God, is this weight going to come back? You know, I've jumped back online looking at stories of people that had the vertical sleeve that gained the weight back. You know, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm like, I hope I don't gain the weight back. You know, I hope I'm starting getting like a little anxiety about it. And that's something that I don't want to do, because of course I have to trust in myself to know that I'm going to do the right things. Like I said, again, I was Googling different things, weight gain after vertical sleeve, because, you know, that's the things that you do. It's like, okay, now this got to be too good to be true. So I understand now later on why they sent us to, with the insurance company, sent us to, you know, a therapist to make sure that we're mentally set, because staying healthy is a mental thing, you know, that affects the physical. You know, staying mentally healthy with this thing, you know, it doesn't make you ramble or get panicky, or like if you're really built for it, you know, because mentally you might think you are, but you're not. So now I think about, like, am I going to gain the weight back? And okay, then I ask myself, okay, Miss Diva Dimples, how can you gain the weight back? What made you big in the first place? Eating unhealthy, eating the wrong type of foods, not exercising, not drinking a lot of water, all those things. So if you have changed your mindset of what you want to accomplish in this, you should be okay. Think about it. It's not, this surgery will make you lose weight. Let me give you that. Let me put that out there. Whether you start off as 180, you pay for it yourself, you're 150, you want to go down to 70, however you do this. This surgery will make you lose weight. Whether it's 20 pounds, 108, 200 pounds, it will make you lose weight. Will it make you lose all your weight? For some people, it may. Will it actually let you keep it all off? If you put the work into it. It's a tool to get you where you want to be, and I keep trying to emphasize that because, like I said, again, I've been doing a lot of research for people. I've lost 80 pounds, but I've gained 30 back. And I'm like, wow, okay, you done cut 85% of our stomach out. So how can they gain the weight back? But it's the eating. It's the portions. It's what you're eating. And what I did learn is that each one of those individuals that basically said that they gained the weight back at the vertical sleeve, they all picked up their old eating habits. Okay, I myself was the pasta, potato, butter bread girl. So I was Miss Diva Carbs. So that's what got me to almost pressing against 300 pounds, because of my lack of not exercising and eating a lot of carb foods, not counting calories, didn't care what I eat. So with that being said, if I stick to my guns, stay away from the carbs, what got me big in the first place, I shouldn't have a problem with maintaining my weight. But it's a thought that runs rapid across your mind. I even got a little panicky. I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to, gain weight. I don't want to go through all this and gain the weight back. I'll feel like such a failure. All these things running through my mind, So your mental state has to be on point. One thing I know too is that if you just follow what your doctors say, you can stay on point. Take your vitamins, take your water, eat healthy, and I'm guilty of it too. I work for the government, so I sit at a desk all day. And so what I have started seeing myself trying to do, that I'm putting the brakes on, is snacking. But the difference is that I know that, you know, I like to snack a little, so I try to snack on like almonds, you know, healthy stuff, fruit, you know, things of that nature. And recently I made a dedication to go back to the basics, meaning go back to my protein shake for breakfast, maybe a protein shake for lunch, and a sensible dinner. Make sure I get the vegetables in. If I do have to eat anything like rice or pasta, make sure it's wheat, of course. You know what I mean? So it's just sticking to the basics. But with this weight loss, you have to change your state of mind. One of the other things that I have on my list is your attitude. I always say, when you look good, you feel good. When you be positive about something, you get a positive result. So I'm really trying to stay positive in this, even though like sometimes my mind wander. I'm being real. It wander. I'm like, oh my God, I hope I haven't lost 108 pounds. And especially like if I get on the scale in the morning and I'm at 153, and then I get in the scale in the evening and it say 154 or 155, and you be like, oh my God. But of course, you have to be sensible about it, that if you weigh yourself in the morning versus yourself at night, whether you have on clothes, what you ate that day, you're going to fluctuate that way. So you can't get scale crazy. Now, it is definitely a good pointer to weigh yourself often to see where you are, because if you see yourself inching up, hey, you know, cut back. You know, now that you're over a year, or once you approach a year, you can eat a little more. You know, now with me, I find that I still, if I eat like what I'm supposed to, like healthy food, you know, protein, stuff like that, I get 3 bites, 4 bites, and I'm full. I can feel major restriction. I mean, like almost like when I was 6 months, I can still feel that restriction. Now, if I snack or if I eat stuff that's lighter foods like chips or popcorn, I don't feel much of restriction, and I can probably eat a whole bag of chips. Which is so weird. The unhealthy stuff you can just eat a lot of, which that's a bad thing, and that's what gets you back to the weight gain. So first of all, one of the things is get it out your house. I know it's probably hard when you have a family. With me, I'm single, so I can get it out my house. You know, don't have anything that you're going to think you're going to snack on available at work or at home. You know, eat healthy. If you want to snack, get a boiled egg or something like that to, you know, to crave that hunger, because like you say, it's, you know, your appetite can probably pick up. You can eat a little more at this stage. You know, when you're in the beginning part, you probably can't even eat much, but as you get older, you're going to see that the eating will increase. And like for me, I still can't eat much, but it just depends on what it is. Like if it's a crab cake or seafood, I can get a little more in normally, but I still get full fast, so I still have great restriction. I also was reading something about a lot of people were gaining weight because they're surgeon, you know, not the surgeon, I'm not sure what it's caused by. I don't know if it's caused by like forced eating or like eating too fast or putting something down that you shouldn't, where they get a bubble at the top of their sleeve and they have to be re-sleeved, or in which I heard that is kind of like, you know, a little risky thing to do. So that's why you have to make sure, even at this point, you still got to think basics. Chew, 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 chew. Because if you're trying to force something down the hole, it will bubble out. You know what I mean? And it's a sleeve. It's like, well, I have a pin, but think about this, the highlighter. If you're trying to force a chunk of chicken down here, it's gonna hurt, you know. So you have to make sure we chewing properly, and, you know, watching when we eat and drink and stuff like that. So like you say, stick back to your basics. And also exercise. You know, like right now, you know, I've been exercising on my own around my house, Zumba, different things like I share with you what I do. And I'm considering now, because I'm really focused on getting to that goal, about signing up with a personal trainer, so I can, you know, he can really push me to, you know, exert my body to the fullest extent so that I can drop off the weight. Also, I talked about this, and I think I talked about this in a couple of videos forward, that, you know, once you start losing this weight, you're not gonna, if you don't have any kind of like body altering, and I don't plan on having any kind of like surgery to take off the skin. I do have a little excess skin, but it's not nothing that bothers me. You know, even with or without my clothes on, it doesn't bother me, you know, as much. You know, you still have like some of this, and, you know, I get a little self-conscious every now and then, but of course I'm starting to start toning and weightlifting, and you're not going to have that tight skin like you would think, you know, only if you have another surgery. And some people have been successful with that, but I just think that's something that I'm going to pass on and try to tighten it up as much as I can. But I have to realize no matter how much toning or tightening I may do, it may not get to where actually I want to be. Let me see what else I had. I think I talked about stalls. I talked about positive attitudes, exercising, eating healthy, sticking to the basics. So I covered all the grounds that I wanted to cover. But I just want to let you know that it's a daily fight, and you're not in it alone. You know, this is just something that we have to do to maintain. And are you going to have anxieties? Are you going to be scared? Is it possible that you can gain weight back? Absolutely. So don't think this is a cure-all thing. You have to put in work to keep the weight off, you know. And it's so easy. It's not easy. It's not easy with all the temptations out there, but it's what you want. I think for me, the reward of 108 pounds plus me looking good, me in a smaller size, that's worth gaining the weight back. So I definitely want to, you know, focus on maintaining at this point. You know, so any of you that's in your journey out there, that's actually over a year, that can share some tips with me, please hit me up, send me an email, leave a comment. Just tell me some of the things that you actually do to maintain and keep the weight off, because I know a lot of you guys have been so successful because I've been looking at your videos. So if you can just share some things with me to help me along the way, that would be helpful, because of course I'm getting a little weary, but I never give up. I'm staying positive. I'm taking the necessary steps it takes to to keep the weight off, and that's what I definitely want to do overall. But I don't want to hold you too long. I know I've been rambling as I always do, but I just wanted to let you know that Diva Dimple is fine. I'm going to give you a full body shot like I always do, to show you just my body type and my progress. Like I said again, I'm right now between like 153, 154, 5'2", relatively short, as they would say, and my body shape, I don't even know. You know how they say we have a pear, apple, banana. I don't know what the hell I am. Probably be a whole bowl of fruit, but yeah. So let me give you a body shot, and then I'll sign out, and I don't want to hold you or bore you. Thanks. All right, let me move my chair like I always do. All right, let me get the screen here. All right, this is me. All right, I got a belt on too, so it's like, you know. So I'm 108, as you can see. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, so I'm perfectly fine. Like I said again, I don't have any kind of support on. So just imagine if I had on like a Spanx or something. I probably be looking even smaller, but these are skinny leg junior jeans, and I always tell y'all I have juniors on. And you know, now my body type is, I have a real small waistline, and everybody's shaped differently. So when you start to look at, you know, videos and stuff, I have a small waist, but I have wide hips, and I've always had huge legs at the top, like it's almost like a chicken wing. Like this is the chicken, and I had a little small. I had small legs at the bottom, but let me try to see if I can give you like more of a leg area. So like this. So I've always had like the chicken wing look. I'm not trying to be funny, but so basically, you know, now I'm just, you know, have the waist, and I have the, you know, this is me. So I want to thank you guys for watching, and Diva Dimples is signing out. Have a nice weekend.